Hi, everybody. It is a very nice Saturday morning. I'm Rod Hill coming to you from Vancouver. Everything is on track for the weekend forecast. This front coming in, which initially 5 days ago to me didn't look that strong, now looks like it could be, for the most part, everything that last Sunday's front was. So I'm going to be getting into that and mostly talking about what we can expect overnight tonight, tomorrow, and as we get into the first part of next week. So, a couple topics here on the homepage of my video. Number one on the right, there's Mount Hood. I just grabbed that from Mount Hood Meadows, one of their live cameras. Last week, the mountain picked up a foot of snow at Timberline and Meadows down to 5,000 feet. They still have about a half of that left. This again looks to be pretty good snow coming in overnight tonight and during the day tomorrow down to at least 5,000 feet, with potentially some sticking snow at 4,500, maybe some slushy conditions over the passes at 4,000 feet Sunday overnight. That's what we saw last time. At least another 6 inches of snow coming, Meadows and Timberline, and maybe it's up closer to a foot again. We'll see. But I think if you want to go up to the mountain Timberline, for example, and play in the snow tomorrow afternoon on Sunday, yeah, go do it. All right, on the left, here's the big low. Notice a couple things. There's lightning out in front of this right now. The main cloud shield ahead of the low is still offshore. We're getting a nice morning, as I mentioned. But these clouds will be coming in and thickening up this afternoon, and starting this evening, the rain chance begins with the main front coming in as early as about midnight or 1 or 2 a.m. overnight tonight into the Willamette Valley. Heavy rain, yeah, in terms of enough to maybe wake you up rain rate wise, some gusty winds, and I think hail showers are a good chance tomorrow as well. So, be getting into all of that. All of this, of course, brought to you by, as always, the Momentous Wealth Podcast. Listen on Apple Podcasts, listen on Spotify. They upload, I think, every month some new topics meant to educate you on investing. Momentous Wealth Management is the local retirement planning firm that puts together this podcast, and they're licensed in Oregon and in Washington. Okay, I mentioned what a great morning. There's Tillamookad, some breaks in the cloud cover still up in the north coast from Gearhart. There's Depot Bay, beautiful morning. Look at wine country, good grief. Mount Hood, Oregon Resort up in Welch's. Everybody's beautiful. Some cloudiness in the sky up in Kelso already, it looks like this morning. And there will be more clouds coming in more rapidly this afternoon to the north and less to the south. And there's Canita Hot Springs Resort. I just love looking at this camera. Look at all the people in those warm thermal pools. That's pretty cool over in Central Oregon. Okay, let's get back to business, shall we? Here is radar already picking up rain along the western Washington coast and some rain offshore. Here's the visible satellite picture. Notice the sun we're getting all the way to the coast. And again, the first wave of cloudiness more so to the north, less to the south. And here is that low wrapped up. This is the image I just showed you. Here it is with the upper level 500 millibar contours and the upper low center offshore. So it's a pretty good system that's going to be coming in. Again, the surface front is coming in after midnight tonight. There it is currently. So let's, pardon me, my nose scratchy, itchy. All right. National blended model. Here we are. This is this is about noon today. You've got rain up in Western Washington. So we saw that. This is the future radar product. Here we are getting into this evening. This will be 8 p.m. Already raining Long Beach, Astoria. This is believable. And then maybe on this southern edge of the rain is right around Kelso Longview. Again, this would be around 7, 8 o'clock this evening. But otherwise, we are dry. And then as we play this into the overnight, here we are this would be like late evening, 10, 11 p.m., showing some rain in Troutdale and Portland. So again, if you're out and about this evening, clouds will be getting darker and deeper, and eventually the chances of rain, the later you stay out, gets better and better. But here is at 11 p.m. tonight. This is the main rain band, just starting to move on shore up in Astoria. And again, the yellow is some moderate, pretty good rainfall. Here it is at 2 a.m. overnight. Widespread rain all the way down through the central coast. Again, pretty good rain rates, enough that it might wake you up. And notice this extends across all of Washington state for the most part, right? And then here we are early tomorrow morning. So this would be around 5 a.m. The main rain band with the front is now exiting off to the east, out through the gorge and up into the Cascades. Here's the trailing low up here. And while this is showing solid rain, it might be more scattered than what this is showing, but there still will be some heavier rain pockets. Now, this shows, if you had to say a wetter day in Washington on Sunday than Oregon, that's what this indicates. This is tomorrow late morning and even going into the afternoon hours. This still shows shower chances at the coast at 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Now, eventually, all of this rain with heavy showers at times continuing Sunday overnight is expected to be out of here by the time we get to sunrise Monday morning. Okay, I want to show you the rain totals. So again, this is how much rain could be falling. This is the national blended model. And I'll just play this into Monday morning. Okay, so this shows, if it's correct, boy, big time moisture amounts up in the Cascades of Washington. And a lot of that would be snow. That shows 3.75 inches of liquid moisture that would be snow in the northern Washington Cascades. How about that? Shows over, shows us getting about an inch of rain down in Tillamook and Astoria, lesser amounts down along the southern coast. Shows a half of an inch of rain in Portland, 6/10 in Kelso, Longview, 6/10 to 81/100ths from Seattle down to Tacoma, and then lesser amounts as you go into southern Oregon. So, and then some decent amounts of moisture out over the Blue Mountains. Okay, I want to show you one more future radar product. This is the Canadian model. And again, this is this afternoon at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., pardon me, showing later today this rain north coast, Astoria, Kelso, Longview. And then here comes the timing of the main rain band is roughly the same. So here is 2 a.m. overnight tonight. That's exactly the same timing. Enough rain that maybe it wakes you up in the middle of the night. That wakes you up. You hear it, right? Moving across the area. This model does a better job resolution-wise of showing you scattered showers, some of them heavy Sunday. So Sunday is scattered showers, expected to be quite a few of them, with the potential of some hail showers mixed in, and maybe those heavier rain cells that could produce hail will also come with maybe some gusty, noticeable winds. That's Sunday. Again, the snow level tomorrow, about 5,000 feet early in the morning down to about 4,500 feet in the afternoon. That's cold air aloft that could lead to the potential of some hail as well. So I am tracking wind. This is this afternoon at 5 p.m. So the green color is 35, 40 mile per hour wind gusts. So that's with the front. That's still offshore this afternoon at 5 p.m. Now we get into the evening. Here's a swath of some 30 to maybe 40 mile per hour wind gusts right along the north coast. There, the winds gusting 40 to maybe 50 up over the higher elevations of the Cascades. And then winds noticeable, but not concerning. 20 mile, 26, 27 mile per hour gust in the valley overnight tonight as that front comes in. And then here is tomorrow morning early. There's some 30 to 40 mile per hour west wind gust in the gorge over the Cascades, but the coast is now calmed and it's basically 10 to 20 coast and valley. And then that will stay during the day. Now, during the day tomorrow, here's 5 p.m. Sunday. Again, you get into some 40 mile per hour wind gusts in the gorge from the west as you head east out toward the Dalles. But, 10 to 20 mile per hour west breezes here in the valley. So that's what the wind situation is looking like. A reminder, with snow expected up in the Cascades overnight tonight and tomorrow. Right now it's 48 in Timberline. This is my Mount Hood weather ski forecast page. I love this page. I designed it on my weather site, portlandweather.com. As we get into the snow forecasting season, this is brought to you by Hillcrest Sports Shop. They have some summer sports, but they really specialize in skiing and boarding season. They're a wonderful store out in Hillcrest that's been there since 1976. So a reminder, you can check out this ODOT camera tomorrow morning if you're going to be traveling up the Cascades and see what it shows. Right now it's obviously dry and it's 49 degrees. And here are the other cameras. There's Santiam, 55, there's 49 at Willamette Pass. Will any of these cameras show some snow with near 32-degree temperatures tomorrow morning? Just a reminder, you can check that out. This shows government camp tomorrow expecting to be above freezing at 43. That's actually believable. Okay, all right. Let's go around the horn. These are current temps. Medford, 75 today. What a beautiful day, right? Remember, not as much rain to the south. This only shows in Medford a scattered shower threat Sunday. And then you're back to all dry on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with some really nice weather. The next round of weather coming in Thursday, Friday, which is what has been on my 7-day forecast for quite a while now. So overall, the 7-day, which I'll show you for Portland, looks about the same. Beautiful day in Central Oregon today. A chance of some showers tomorrow, but not a bad day. Kind of a mix of sun and scattered showers. All dry Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday over in Central Oregon. Up in Seattle, we've got the rain coming in later today. Yep. We've got a rainy Sunday, shower chance lingering into Monday. And then with the system up to the north bringing, or the flow pattern bringing a better chance of rain midweek to Seattle than Portland, it shows likely rain Wednesday, rain Thursday, rain Friday. So that's getting into some big time October weather right there, right? Now, contrast that with Salem. Mainly dry today, showers tomorrow, a dry Monday, a dry Tuesday, a chance of rain Wednesday, and then we get into likely rain on Thursday and Friday. Okay. All right. Here's Astoria. Let's see here. We've got the showers later today and or rain later today and tonight and tomorrow, becoming dry on Monday, and then a shower threat on Tuesday. Better chances some rain on Wednesday and a Thursday. So again, at the coast and certainly north of Portland, there's just not a whole lot of dry time in terms of 24-hour periods as we look at the 7 day. Now, more dry time as you drop to the south. There's North Bend showing some Sunday rain, then dry on Monday, Tuesday, and a rain chance on Wednesday. Okay, all right. So here is my 7 day forecast brought to you by Hazeldale Tire Pros off of Highway 99 in Hazeldale, off of I-5 in Clark County, Vancouver. We stay dry today. We will lose the morning sun. Will become cloudy. We'll get up to about 63. The rain overnight tonight. That evening rain chance. The heavy showers, it could be with hail and some gusty winds tomorrow. We'll spend the day basically in the 50s. And then I've got dry weather on Monday, Tuesday. Could be some fog, especially Tuesday morning. And then we've got, this is new, this is a change. There's a weak system that comes in Wednesday, and I'm not sure if it's going to give Portland and areas to the south a shower or not. So maybe a little bit of rain late Wednesday or nothing at all. But then what I have been saying, afternoon rain developing Thursday. Right now, it's tough to tell if that's late day, evening, or if it comes in a little bit earlier. It does still look like Thursday morning is dry. And then we've got this Nick system coming in, which is pretty wet. I mean, right now, the weather models for the Friday front of next week show us about 6/10 of an inch of rain, a similar setup to what we could be looking at tonight and tomorrow. So that's Sunday of next week. And then that's followed by some that's Friday of this upcoming week. That's followed by Saturday showers, a Sunday rain chance, and another system on Monday. So this Thursday, Friday rain that comes in next week could be setting up a wet pattern through that entire upcoming weekend. So there you go. All right, I'm Rod Hill. I will start posting more often as our weather's getting more busy. When I do post, if you subscribe, you'll be notified. That also helps me out too. Thank you for watching my work, and I'll talk to you soon.